Hello, everybody. Uh, we are going back into X3 Abelian Prelude. Since I last got in here, I reloaded all my scripts, and hopefully, what we're looking for by doing a reload of scripts is for our money to be turned positive. You can see that our money has been nothing but negative, except for when I've sold ships back to the factory. I don't see that yet, and we're just going to go and play and kind of see if it does. And then I have to find out which script, which modification is blowing or throwing all my money away. As we look at station profitability, there is roughly 200,000 credits coming out of per hour coming out of my factory complex. There's roughly 30,000 being made at Mine Hub's beta, and about 10,000 made at Mine's Hub Alpha, which that one right there would cover the losses that I made making out of ore mine. And I see that there's negative 24,000, negative 250,000 on my corporation headquarters. So it's kind of balancing out, so I can see this graph here. I really shouldn't be making any money, but that headquarters should not be that big of a loss. So take a look at that. We're here, we parked at the Boron military outpost so that we can make sure that we have everything that we can get on this ship. Particle cell cranes, I don't actually want that one, but I don't see they have anything I can replace it with that I want. I got impulse ray emitters, but that's really low, close combat. High energy plasma thrower at least gives me out 2,031 kilometers, 2.31 kilometers. And I cannot buy a boron license. So that's one thing is I cannot buy a boron license yet. So that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to try to fly through boron space here and see if we can't upgrade this to boron Queen's Guard is what we need, so we can get that license. Don't want to do squash mines or that. I am actually going to pick up some fighter drones. I did download a new mod called Mars, and it's supposed to be a little bit more intelligently AI fighting, which does use drones. They call them goblins, but there it is. Automatically picked up energy cells that I need as soon as I landed, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna pick up advanced satellites. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of all but one that I have, and that's what we're gonna do there. So Mars is supposed to be kind of machine learning. Where on the ship that's used on, I think it only does it on the player's ship, because that would be outrageous if it was doing it on all the ships that I own. I don't have the supercomputer running that. So let's just check our messages here. Magnetar is at the right spot to pick up transporter device. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put Mars on him. So this is the new script. Put Mars motion analysis relay system. and a jump drive. And just because he's going to be my equipment manager, I'm just going to load him up with everything that is possible except for a singularity engine timer. Okay. He has maxed out his shields at 200 megajoule shields, and he can't buy anything else. There's nothing else to buy. He does have 4 phase repeater guns and 50 missiles, and he has no jump beacons. So, would love to get some of those, but I can't. So I want to look at the landed ships, and here I'm going to see if I can get them. Or actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead right now, go into our Magnetar, and try to get equipment manager going. I'm going to get that Mars going. So make sure he's got his turrets online, and make sure he's got missiles. Flyer 5 missiles, input number 10. Okay, let's say 5. Let's go back to 5. So doesn't have any Firefly missiles, so that's why it says 0 there. We're granting him command authority to launch his goblins, and his turrets are fire free, so they're good to go. And everything else we're going to leave that I've changed. I've already changed that for my ship, and so the configuration is going to be the same. So we do have him on defense, which is on standby. Yeah, we want to keep him on defense, not on offense. And so everything else looks good there. So you see that our turrets, command for our turrets is now changed to Mars on standby. Look at his additional thing. Okay. So we can do this from this command, equipment manager, but that's only additional ship commands. We actually want him to be an equipment manager. So we're going to go over here to this command, and we're actually going to start him off as an equipment manager, right? And he's already gone off, so he's doing that. I don't think we've set that up, so we're going to go over here and check our data store, and we see that we already have one already saved from previous Magnetar that we had, and we'll do that. So hopefully that'll get everything going. So now he's returning to his home, which is Sire Diggs Mining Corporation headquarters. And while he's doing that, we're going to go in here and look at this. So we do want him to get training. We do want him to check friend or foe identification. We want his salary to come out of the main account because we're limiting her station account money. Okay, and then we're going to accept those changes. Orders. You can't place an order because as a first level, he can't really actually do any orders. So once he gets more training, we'll get that going. And we can add all of our ships to things. So these are the ships that are have a home base at the same home base as his. So these are the ships. This is basically his order right now, is to go at these ships and get them fully equipped, right? And I want all these ships fully equipped, right? So we don't have any take-up ships, so he doesn't have additional Minotaur. Is it Minotaur? Whatever. To do additional work for him. So equipment. He's got 2 ships docked, and these are all the equipment docks in the area that I have already mapped out. TerraCorp, the 3 Argon equipment docks, the Boron equipment dock, Thalati, Space Equipment at CO's Buxoid, and actually what it actually shows right there where they're at, and even the military outpost here that I'm sitting at right now. Alright, so We want him to do everything. We're actually going to get Mars on everything too. So everything except for the Singularity engine timer. So we want him to he's basically going to try to collect all this information and place it on those ships that he's got docked on them. Those dock ships are just basically holders holding all this stuff, all this equipment that they can pass it on to two other ships. Okay, so there's that. And then equipment packages is don't really want to set this up yet because he can't order a ship or he can't do anything with a ship that I've ordered yet. So there's no really need to build a package. Okay, weapons and shields. Discovery Hauler is the one he's got on him already. So I've already loaded that. Just get all the shields, get all the weapons, and then we can even add in fighter drones. So this would be for the goblins. So it'd be goblin drones. We can add in energy cells. 5 at a time. Okay. And we can add in missiles. Let's put in 5 of those. Let's do 5 for all of them. Alright, so accept changes. So he's going to load those 2 ships he has, which are not haulers, are they? So I'm going to save all that. Come down here to the data store and save the changes that we've made. Okay. And he's out doing his thing. So we're going to open up his ship and actually talk to the landed ships, and he has discoverers on board, not discovery haulers. They cost a little bit more, so I need to actually go back in there and change, add discovery in his order. So special, start equipment, weapons and shields, type of ship, Argon, Discoverer, right there. Alright, and then go down here to Argon Discoverer. All shield baits need to be fully loaded. All main weapons need to be fully loaded. Additional weapons. 5 mosquitoes. 5 fighter drones, which I don't think they have enough room for. And 5 energy cells. And then we're going to accept those changes. So now he can actually load those 2 ships that he has. Okay, so optimization and tuning. This is basically we want him to get full engine tuning, full turning tuning, and full cargo bay tuning on every ship. So let's just add all those ships. So all the classes. So this is the most basic ones. So basically we can turn that down. I just want all of them. Reference outfitter on equipment, yes. Weapons and shields, yes. Optimization and tuning, yes. Okay. And then finish off ships with complete seal. This is give me a notification that he's finished his job for a particular ship. And we're going to accept those changes. Jump drive settings, yes, use your jump drive. And I want him to have enough energy to go anywhere in the system, the network that he can, and even going to give him the opportunity to jump within a system. And we do want him to emergency jump, and we do want him to do that if his shields get at 90% or below. We're going to accept that. Special equipment, I want him to look for some fighter drones Mark IIs and use those for his thing. And actually, since he does have Mars on now, we're actually going to double the number of drones I want him to carry and get a landing computer when he gets around to getting a dock computer. accept those changes. And our automatic naming we already have set. It's going to be EQM. O is the class of ship, which is a TM. S is his home sector, which is going to be Heron's Nebula. FN is going to be his station number, or the station that he's from, his home station. No, station number is going to be 1, and ship number is going to be 1. Escort ships, equipment, carrier. That's the ships that he's got carrying with him. If he had any following him, that would be there. And his training course, and then jump drive and neighbor jump. Okay, so that is correct. Ship number 1, factory number 1. We already had that set. Okay. We want him to report everything, and we're going to send that to the log that's outside the game. Okay, and we're going to restore that data just one more time because we did make some changes. Alright, so you see his name up there is EQTM, is his type of ship. Heron's Nebula is his home sector. Ship 1, factory 1, ship 1. He's got 0 orders, 2 ships on board that can fill those orders. He is an apprentice, and that is actually his personal ship identifier. So YTM-KA-19. Alright? And he is flying home. And so we want to get somebody on him to get him some energy cells. So we're going to come out here and look at what kind of little ship we can get him to go, except for these 2 ships that he's got. We don't have any other. I got an incoming call, so I'll be right back.
I didn't have time to.
You have to give us your name.
Sorry, my name is Mark Robinson. I've been in the Sassafras School. It's right here in Greensboro. I've been in Greensboro all my life. I didn't have time to write a fancy speech. I didn't have time. I didn't have the resource of English teacher to sit down and write a speech. So there's that school today. All over here practicing. What I really came down here for is this. I've heard a whole lot of people here talking tonight about this group and that group, domestic violence, Latin, these minorities, that minority. What I want to know is, when are you all going to start standing up for the majority? And here's who the majority is. I'm the majority. I'm a law-abiding citizen who's never shot anybody, never committed a serious crime, never committed a felony. I've never done anything like that. It seems like every time we have one of these shootings, nobody wants to blame me. Put the blame where it goes, which is at the shooter.
Alright, we're back. That was a robocall. I blocked the number. It's the only thing I have the power to do. That's robocalls is a bigger threat than any virus people can think of for the safety and welfare of everybody on the planet. Robocalls is a bigger threat. So, we're looking at our property owned screen. You can see up here at the top at our hub we have a budget of 10 million, and they're making a little money, and they're going to ship anything over to our mine alpha, which has a budget of 5 million, and they have anything over that they ship it to mine hub beta. Their budget is also 5 million, and then they give any extra over to mine alpha or mine alpha. They have a budget of 5 million, and anything they have left over they give to the money pit of my headquarters. We're going to come in here and we're going to change that, what we have for them. So they have a budget of 100,000. All right. Actually, we're going to limit them a little bit more, and we're going to put them at 50,000. So if they have over 50,000 credits, they need to be sending that to the main account. I am limiting them because they are a known risk. So you can see that they have transferred, or said that they've transferred, a little over 4 million credits to me in the last, well, forever, and it comes down to 500,000 per hour. And we're going to try to get that 500,000 to be more. So I limited them down to 50,000 credits, and there are only 2 more below that I can go. So the reason why I'm doing 50,000 credits means that they don't have the opportunity to buy stupid stuff. So we're looking at this, and so at 50,000 credits, they can still buy advanced satellites, beef, anything here. Down here, they cannot buy laser towers because they won't ever have enough money to buy that. So they can still buy almost anything. And boarding pods, they can't buy that. They can't buy the cluster flak arrays. They can buy firefly missiles. You're gonna go get that timer. That's the oven turned off. Make sure it's turned off. So mainly, I'm just limiting them to 50,000 credits. So even a hammer heavy torpedo, I don't want them to buy that. So on the other side of that, I do have these ETSs right here. Their home base is that headquarters, right? So they are out and they are buying and purchasing. They're basically like a sector trader or a universal trader, but they have their ear to the ground for special items. And we'll go in here and look at their items. So that would be under trade, right? They have them all looking for different things. So we're looking at the product list for supply. These are the list of items I want this particular trader to bring back to their home base. And right now I have 10 entries on a product list. So here are the products I want them to bring back to our headquarters. Unfortunately, some of these things, as soon as the headquarters gets it, it can sell it. So there's the thing. But if they sell it, they're making money, right? So eventually we'll get stock up, and see if their stock is low, they're going to sell it at the highest price. It's supply and demand, the basic supply and demand. So if I keep their stock low, they'll only sell at the highest price. These guys are supposed to be looking for the cheapest price, or actually the market price for these items. There is a possibility of buying them at the highest price, but then I know my station's going to sell it for the highest price, or keep it so I can use it. So it's just a risk. I don't know if that budget that I'm giving the station corresponds to the budget of my economy and supply traders. I don't think that's set up that way. We'll take a look at that. So we'll look at our trading conditions. So they're a trader. They do have their Mark III, and it's active. Their home sector is Habitat Nebula. Target sector range is 10 sectors away. Maximum product stock at target station. So they're only going to buy up to 50%. At 50%, the home station's only going to sell the item at the average price or above. Right? So that's going to keeps the supply low, and thus the sell price high. Right? I'd set that at 50% because I do want to go in there and collect those items onto my ships if I can get them. Alright, so dynamic product stock at the target station, 25%. Yes. So they're going to stock the station with 50%. They're going to be able to sell 25% of it, or half of what they get. Right? So they can actually take out 25% of it, and go sell it to somebody if they can get a good price for it. All right, and automatic rotation, yes. But I don't want them trading in illegal wares. So there's that. They should be jumping. They should have enough energy. They should jump within the same sector and protect themselves by jumping away. Special equipment when they get knowledgeable enough to go buy some fighter drone Mark IIs. Hopefully they'll have some at their station. Okay, so that's why that's part of the number item on the product list. I want them to stock supply. Okay, and then there's that. So actually, I have that on all 4 of them. So I have 4 of those out, and you can see they're in different places right now. So they're going out buying and trading and selling. They're trading and bringing back supply. So they're supposed to be buying and trading, buy low, sell high, just like a sector trader or a universal trader. It's kind of like a universal trader with supply, but I'm limiting them to 10 sectors away from their home base. Okay. Now, this guy, you can see his name is different from the guy just below him because he's not actually prospecting right now. I'm trying to get him to get rid of his cargo. He still has 891 units of cargo of ore. And I'm trying to get him to remote Best Buy that cargo and try to get him to get that cargo out. And then we'll try to turn his Mars on. I don't know if he has. So that's what he's doing because he gave me a order, gave me a message that says he couldn't sell his ore. So that's what I got him doing, just trying to sell it ore. So we have all these other miners that are out collecting ore and silicon and bringing that back to their respective home base. All right, we have 2 satellite and laser tower services. One of them is based in Elena's Fortune. The other one is based in Huron's Nebula, but they still have the same home base. And actually, this one I have down here, we must be out of laser towers at our home base. He's out buying laser towers, which is sad, but we might have sold them those laser towers from our stock. So yes, now we have 10 laser towers. I don't know why he's buying laser towers elsewhere. Because he can buy them cheaper than what we're selling them for. But we're not selling them. We're keeping that price high. He should be taking from that stock. So that's kind of another thing I'd like to change. But he can go 5 jumps away from Huron's Nebula. Let's go ahead and go into his little command here and go down to working conditions. His jump range is 5. That's his maximum he can. He's pretty still new. I think he's on level 3 of that. So 5 jumps away. He's currently got 10 orders. Yep. And he's supposed to be coming here to Atreus Clouds and putting up 4 laser towers here. Going all the way down to Ore Belt and putting up a laser tower there. I have them putting in 2 at Cloud Base Southwest, 2 at Kingdom's End, and 1 in Rolk Strip. Those are all within 5 sectors away from Heron's Nebula. Alright. Alright, we'll get out of here because he's doing a job. Actually, we can pop him away by kind of like resetting him. And then he's going to jump back to Heron's Nebula, hopefully go back to his home base and pick up those laser towers from stock. So, now, this guy I have on advanced satellites because he's really new and he's only 2 sectors away. But in those 2 sectors, since he's at Atreus Cloud, I mean, he's an Elena's Fortune. So, 2 sectors away gets him to Atreus Cloud, or gets him to Priest Pity. He can't build up anything in Splitfire or from Legend because they are pirate sectors. He can't go here because it's also a pirate sector. So he will not build up anything in these sectors. I put these in here in Brennan's Triumph. Right? You see that Data Chance is a pirate sector. Napoleon's Memorial is a pirate sector. Freedom's Reach is not a pirate sector, it's just unknown sector, but it's got a Talati trading station, and that's all it is, except for all these asteroids. Well, that's actually a good place to set up your home base if you don't mind being surrounded by pirates. So, if you were a pirate, it'd be a good place to do it because you're slightly protected with like 2 or 3 sectors of pirates.